Hey there, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into one of nature's most incredible inventions. I want you to think of a plant, but not just as a plant. Think of it as a tiny, super efficient factory that's powered entirely by the sun.
So, let's kick things off with a pretty basic question. You and I, we get our food from the kitchen or the grocery store, right? But what about plants? Where do they get their food? Is there some kind of secret underground kitchen we don't know about? Well, the real answer is way cooler.
You see, the answer is that plants make their own food. And the way they do it is what this whole explainer is about. It's the process that literally powers almost all life on this planet, turning a simple leaf into the ultimate solar factory.
And that process, of course, is called photosynthesis. In simple terms, it's basically nature's magic trick for turning pure sunlight into usable energy. It's how plants, and even things like algae, capture the sun's energy and convert it into chemical energy, which is just a fancy way of saying food.
Okay, don't let this scare you, but every factory has its master recipe, right? Well, this is it. It might look a little complicated, but it's really just a simple before and after. On the left, you have your ingredients: carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. And on the right, you have your products: glucose, that's sugar, and oxygen.
So just like any factory, our little plant needs to get its raw materials delivered before the production line can even start. Let's take a quick look at exactly what these key ingredients are and, how they get to the factory floor.
And what's wild is that the shopping list is super simple. There are really only 3 things on it. You've got carbon dioxide from the air, water from the ground, and of course, sunlight to power the whole operation. If you miss even one of these, the entire factory grinds to a halt. All right, ingredient number 1, carbon dioxide. This is the same stuff we exhale. Plants, well, they breathe it in directly from the air through thousands of tiny little pores on their leaves, called stomata. You can just picture them as microscopic mouths all over the leaf, just taking a big collective breath.
Next up on the delivery truck is water. Now this gets pulled up from the soil by the plant's roots. From there, it goes on this incredible journey up the stem through a whole network of tiny pipes called the xylem. It's basically the plant's internal plumbing, delivering water right to the leaves where all the action is about to happen.
And last, but definitely not least, you need a power source. Sunlight is the electricity that runs this whole factory. Without the sun's energy, the other ingredients would just be sitting around. That light provides the essential spark that gets the whole chemical reaction going.
Okay, so all our ingredients have arrived at the factory, which is, of course, the leaf. So now let's step inside and see the 2-stage assembly line where the real magic begins.
The whole production process is brilliantly efficient, and it happens in 2 main stages. First, you have the light reactions. Think of this as the solar panel phase. Special molecules grab the sun's energy and, get this, they use that power to literally split water molecules apart. This creates these little molecular battery packs full of energy. Then you move to stage 2, the Calvin cycle. This is the assembly line, where the factory uses the energy from those battery packs to convert the carbon dioxide into glucose, the plant's food.
So the ingredients are in, the assembly line has been running. What did our little solar factory actually make? Well, it turns out there are 2 major products that come out the other end. The main product is glucose. This is a type of sugar, and it's the fuel that powers everything the plant needs to do: growing taller, making flowers, you name it. And if the plant makes any extra glucose, it cleverly stores it as starch for later, which is exactly what we're eating when we have potatoes or rice.
And then there's the second product. And this might just be the most amazing gift on Earth: oxygen. You see, for the plant, oxygen is just a useless byproduct. It's waste, so it releases it into the air. But for us, and almost every animal on the planet, it is the very gas we have to breathe to live.
It's a perfect example of one organism's trash being another's treasure.
But this whole process is so much bigger than just a single plant making its lunch. When you zoom out and look at the big picture, you start to realize that this quiet little factory, repeated in trillions of leaves all over the world, has a truly massive impact on everything.
I mean, just think about the scale here. Photosynthesis is the absolute foundation of pretty much every food chain. It's the original energy source. It's the process that created and now maintains the oxygen in our atmosphere. Honestly, without it, life as we know it would just stop.
You really can't overstate its importance. That's why many people have called it, very simply, the most important chemical reaction on Earth. Without this one process, our world would be a completely different and likely lifeless place.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Every second of every day, these countless tiny factories are working silently, all around us, powering our entire world. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What would actually happen if, one day, they all decided to shut down?